Hi there, it's Grant here, and in today's video I just want to sort of go over a subject that Teeka is really pushing at the moment called the final collapse of the US dollar. Now Teeka's doing a massive online presentation tonight. I don't have a link, unfortunately, giving reasons why he thinks the final collapse of the US dollar is coming, but I'm going to sort of talk about that and give my thoughts in a minute. But I also want to, this is all linked to this, is an email I got from Teeka's Parmage Daily saying the financial overlords want to impose a digital dollar on you. So I want to sort of go through that because I think it's really interesting about what's going to come down the road in the US financial system and the US dollar. And it's all about the introduction of US digital dollar or US CBDC. Teeka's been pounding the table about this for the past 3 or 4 months. He knows it's coming. I know it's coming. The Fed just needs the right moment in order to introduce it. And as I go through this email, hopefully it's going to come clearer that the US digital dollar is potentially closer than we all think. But anyway, before I get into the video, if you like this video, why not like it, why not subscribe to get more content like this? But if you want to protect yourself against the future US digital dollar and the potential collapse of the US economy with all of the chaos that's going on, rising inflation, interest rate, if you're at all worried about your wealth and your money and the purchasing power of the dollar diminishing, why not join Teeka's Parmage letter? In it, you can get all of his reports of how to protect yourself from a US digital dollar. I'll explain what the US digital dollar means for us in a minute. But if you're too worried, I would highly recommend you join the Parmage letter. You get all of his reports of how to opt out of the system and secure 16x return. #1 reset produced stock, his 7-figure crypto retirement portfolio, all of his AI shots, how to 10x your money with gold, his #1 stock for US digital, the 3 simple steps to opt out of the digital dollar. And all of these reports here will help you grow and protect your wealth. So if you want to join the Parmage letter, you can do. I'll link to this page down in the description below and the first comments, and you can join for 75% off. Get all of this, and you can join for just $49. So I'll link to this page down in the comments and description below. So if you want to join, why not? So let me just flick through this email. So titled, "The Financial Overlords Want to Impose a Digital Dollar on You." Before I go into that, why is the US and many other countries around the world wanting to introduce CBDCs? One, they're scared of Bitcoin and crypto. And the reason why they're scared of Bitcoin and crypto is because, especially with Bitcoin and many other cryptos are decentralized, meaning that no central body, bank, government organization controls or issues Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrencies. Decentralized, meaning that it's, distributed by codes, no one controls it. So long and short of it, if you own Bitcoin, for example, you own it, you can self-custody it, you're your own bank, no one can touch it unless you lose your wallet, PIN, or passcode. So basically, your money is your own. And why a lot of people are worried about central bank digital currencies is because the Fed will control and issue the money. Seeing it's all digital, they can see what you spend, they can control what you spend, they can put negative interest rates on your bank account, meaning that your balance reduces. They can take money from you, they can stop you buying things, meaning that you will know we're under. The big worry with CBDCs is that people will no longer be financially free, and the Fed will control everything you can buy and spend, even where you can go. So they are not good things. And I think that's why Teeka's advising a lot of his clients to move a lot of their wealth to Bitcoin and gold. But let me give you this email, because they give a strong case of why the CBDC or the US digital dollar isn't far away. So basically, on October 19th, the European Central Bank President Christine Lagarde posted the following on X. "The euro is key to our European unity. A digital euro existing alongside cash would future-proof our currency. It would be safe, easy to use, and free of charge. Whilst the decision whether to issue a digital euro will be taken later, we're now launching the preparation phase. So, the European Union is working hard on the digital euro, and this is why this is important. So basically, the most traded currencies in the world are the US dollar against the euro. Those sort of currency trading partners do around 1.7 trillion in daily average volume. Now, if the euro goes digital, do you think the US is going to lose that partner by not going digital? No, it is not. Basically, the digital euro is probably going to be introduced first, and the US will quickly play catch up. And this is really the argument here. The US can't afford to not have a digital dollar. One, because it wants to control the finances of its people. But also, you know, it can't lose that amount of trading volume against the euro. So, here's what Teeka recently said about all of this. Implementing a digital dollar is a controversial idea. The Fed will get a lot of pushback. Before they can pull that off, they need things to get really bad. They need a crisis so bad that people will be begging the government to do something about it. Teeka believes the Fed will print money first, and only after inflation gets completely out of hand, they might start implementing the digital dollar. And they're going to pitch that as a solution. That's why I recommend everyone buy Bitcoin and self-store it. If you do that, you'll be protected from the digital dollar. So it finishes to say, look, you have a choice. You can let the global elites be your financial overlords with digital currencies, or you can follow the other team who pushes decentralization and freedom. And then there's a pitch for his final collapse of the US dollar. So the big idea from this email is that the US digital dollar is coming, and Teeka believes that the financial collapse of the US system is in the planning, and you just sort of have to sort of think about it. The US, I can't remember the exact number, but the US government's total debt is something like 30 trillion, and I think the annual interest rates are something like 3 trillion. It's ridiculous. They're getting to a point where they can no longer afford interest payments, especially with interest rates potentially going to be going up further. So the problem is the government just can't default on its debts. The way you can get out of that is just by printing more and more dollars. And when it goes into dollar printing mode, that means more dollars are entering the system, and hence the value of the dollar will go down and inflation goes up. And I think this is where Teeka is getting at. And also another thing you need to bear in mind, the US is potentially going to engage in quite a major war in the Middle East. I mean, at the moment, the war in Israel in the Middle East is contained. But, you know, should Hezbollah or Turkey invade Israel, the US is going to have to get involved, and things could get out of hand quickly. If that happens, the price of oil could go to $150. Inflation will go through the roof. That means the US will have to hike interest rates further. And they'll probably have to start printing money, which just means the US dollar is going to lose its value against other currencies. And, you know, trade will slow down. I know this is the worst case scenario, but it is really potential. And even if, you know, there isn't going to be a major war in the Middle East, I think with all of the debt the US, you know, is sort of carrying the government, and basically the US not looking after its people and just funneling money into the Ukraine and Israel and wherever else rather than focusing on its own people, the debt's going to go up, and yeah, interest rates are going to continue and inflation's going to go out of control. So basically, the Feds need, excuse me, a major event or things to get so bad in order to introduce this US digital dollar. And this is why Teeka is holding the final collapse of US digital dollar tonight, because he thinks there's going to be a huge event which will trigger the final collapse. I'm not sure what that is. I can only think it's going to be a massive interest rate hike, more money printing, or maybe, you know, he's got intel that, you know, the US government is basically going to, you know, go all in on the Middle East war, which is going to just cause chaos everywhere. But I think the big idea you want to take from this is that the US digital dollar is coming. So you need to be aware and you need to plan. And Teeka's big plan is basically taking money out of the system. Now, this isn't financial advice. I'm not saying you should drain your bank account of all of your money. But Teeka is advising his clients to basically buy Bitcoin and potentially gold, because Bitcoin is going to be the new gold with the crypto bull run coming next year. The price of gold is only, the price of Bitcoin is only going to go up, especially after Bitcoin's halving next April. It's going to be a valuable store of value. Teeka thinks Bitcoin could go to 500,000 a coin in the future. Even next year, Bitcoin could exceed $100,000. And it's going to be a great store of value. And a lot of elites are putting their money in Bitcoin because it's a great store of value, just like gold is. And companies are already allowing payments in Bitcoin. So that is why Teeka's hammering the table about the US digital dollar and the collapse of the US system. And he's telling his clients to buy Bitcoin and potentially gold. So there you go. I just wanted to bring this video for you because I think it's really important. And hopefully you got value from this. Also, if you want to join Teeka's Pummage letter, you can do. And get all of his reports of how to protect yourself with a digital dollar, you can do. Just come to his page down below, and you can join the Pummage letter for $49. Also, I just want to bring to your attention, I've also written a free report titled The Final Crypto Bull Run, the 2 events which will trigger the final crypto bull run, and my 5 favorite crypto coins that could soar in value next year as the crypto bull run gets underway. If you want to get access to this free report, I'll link to this page down in the description below. All you need to do is enter your email address and I will send you this report. Click completely free. So I'll link to this down in the description below. Anyway, that is what I've got for you. I hope you found the video useful and informative, and I'll speak to you soon.